I went on some foreign trips over the years, and I found out, and my view changed on that, because number one, it was probably the most educational thing I ever did, and secondly, you got to know other members in a more friendly way by traveling with them, and thirdly, I don't think I ever went to any country that the people there didn't seem extremely pleased that we were there. So I think it did some good for the country too.
And where did you go?
Well, I went many places. Many of the countries in Europe. Of course, when you would go on one of those trips, you would usually go to like 4 or 5 countries at one time, and stay 2 or 3 days in each country. So I went to most of the countries in Europe, 3 or 4 in South America. I went to Ukraine. I went to Russia. Went to China. Went to Taiwan. Hong Kong. Of course, some of those are at the same time. So I went to Vietnam. I went to Iraq. I went to Israel. Went to I probably went to 30 countries, maybe. I don't.
Does that include Cuba? Did you go to Cuba ever?
Well, I went on a trip that was supposed to go to Cuba at one point, and the main reason I went on that trip was to go to Cuba. They went to Colombia and the Panama Canal, but there was some kind of problem that came up, and they couldn't work out the one day we were supposed to go to Cuba.
I'll tell you why I asked about Cuba specifically. Didn't you have a UT basketball team?
UT baseball.
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 So I wondered if you'd have gone with them.
Well, no, but they did give me a black grain pullover that they said that they gave only to the players and coaches, and they gave one to Peyton Manning and one to me.
What was the issue about them needing your help to get into that country?
There were 2 players on the Tennessee team that had Cuban ancestors at that time.
I see.
And
okay.
there was a.
So it was that was the political.
Yes, and so
okay.
we had to work through the State Department, and we got that worked out so they could go, and the kids, the players loved it, and said that they end up giving away bats and balls and gloves. And they gave away almost all their equipment to the kids in Cuba, and they told me it was a great. I wish I could have gone with them on that trip.